Hello everyone, we are doing a shore excursion of Walvis Bay and Swakopmund today. Walvis Bay is a coastal gem in Namibia. It is renowned for its spectacular flamingo populations. The area's wetlands and lagoons attract thousands of flamingos, making it one of the best places in Africa to observe these iconic pink birds. Walvis Bay Lagoon is a protected wetland and one of southern Africa's most critical bird habitats. Massive flocks of flamingos wade in the shallow, nutrient-rich waters, feeding on algae and small crustaceans. The greater flamingos, which are taller and have pale pink colors, and the lesser flamingos are smaller and more vibrant pink, are often seen together. Tips for visitors. Bring binoculars or a zoom lens for photography. Flamingo viewing in Walvis Bay offers a surreal blend of coastal beauty and wildlife wonder, set against Namibia's dramatic desert landscapes. Dune 7 in Namibia, overview and key details. Dune 7 is situated near Walvis Bay, a coastal city in Namibia. It is part of the ancient Namib Desert, which is estimated to be 55 to 80 million years old and is known for its hyperarid conditions. It is part of the Namib Sand Sea, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and lies approximately 60 kilometers inland from the Atlantic Ocean. Dune 7 is one of the tallest dunes in the Namibia. The dune has striking orange-red hues due to iron oxide content in the sand. Its formation is due to the result of sand carried inland from the coast by wind, shaped over millennia by the Benguela Current's aridification effect. Hiking up the dune is a popular activity. Depending on your fitness level, the climb typically takes between 15 minutes to an hour. Sandboarding is another popular activity, allowing visitors to experience the thrill of gliding down the vast sand dune. Dune 7 embodies the stark beauty and grandeur of Namibia's desert landscapes, combining adventure opportunities with breathtaking natural beauty. Swakopmund is a charming coastal town on the Atlantic coast of Namibia, nestled between the Namib Desert and the sea. It's a popular destination for both locals and tourists. Its striking German colonial architecture, unique blend of desert and ocean, and its cool climate are some of its attractive characteristics. The town sits right where the Namib Desert dunes roll into the Atlantic. You can take dune buggy rides, sandboard, or go on desert tours to see welwitschia plants and desert-adapted wildlife. Swakopmund blends coastal relaxation with adventures and colonial-era charm. It's one of Namibia's most photogenic and culturally rich spots.
Oh, it's okay, thank you.
Here are some highlights of this town.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah,
Swakopmund Beach is the main beach central to the town's relaxed vibe. It's not a typical tropical beach, the waters are cold due to the Benguela Current, but it's incredibly scenic. The wide sandy stretch is perfect for strolling, sunbathing, or watching locals play beach soccer. During summer, it's a hotspot for holidaymakers from Windhoek and beyond. Another attraction is the Swakopmund Jetty, which was originally built in 1905 and is one of the town's most iconic landmarks. Originally a cargo jetty, it has undergone several renovations and now serves as a scenic viewpoint and fishing spot. There's also a restaurant at the end of the jetty where you can enjoy seafood while enjoying the beautiful scenery. The jetty's steel structure gives it a slightly industrial look, contrasting with the natural beauty of the ocean and dunes, and is a favorite photo spot for visitors, especially at sunset. The Swakopmund Lighthouse is another highlight. It was built in 1902 and has a distinctive red and white structure that stands tall near the beach. Though the lighthouse isn't very tall by modern standards, it's a key navigational aid and a historic marker of the town. It is located next to the old colonial-era State House, which now houses the Swakopmund Museum, offering exhibits on Namibian history, culture, and wildlife. Surrounding the lighthouse is a beautifully maintained lighthouse park and marine memorial park area that serves as a peaceful green space for relaxation. It features palm trees, benches, and walking paths, along with the marine memorial, commemorating German colonial troops. It's a great spot to enjoy an ice cream, sit in the shade, or take in views of the lighthouse and the nearby ocean. Namibia is home to an array of wildlife, from ostriches and zebras roaming the gravel plains to penguins and seals chilling in the Atlantic currents. Namibia also boasts the largest free-roaming population of black rhino in Africa and the largest cheetah population in the world. Springboks are also widespread throughout Namibia. Springboks are graceful, relatively small antelopes, members of the gazelle family, and are native to southern and western Africa. They have finely marked short coats, fawn-brown upperparts, and a white belly, separated by a dark brown band. They are often the most common small antelopes and can be seen by the thousands. They favor dry, open country, preferring open plains or savanna and avoiding thick woodlands and mountains. Just outside the tourist town of Swakopmund lies a different story, the township of Mondesa. Mondesa is a township on the outskirts of Swakopmund, Namibia. It is one of the most populous areas in the city. Originally established during the apartheid era, it was designated as a residential area for black Namibians who were not permitted to live in central Swakopmund. Over time, Mondesa has grown significantly, and today, it's a proud, thriving community full of life, color, and culture, though it still faces challenges related to poverty, unemployment, and infrastructure. The Democratic Resettlement Community is a newer informal settlement located adjacent to Mondesa. It was formed in the early 2000s to accommodate the growing number of people moving to Swakopmund in search of better opportunities. Many residents of the DRC initially built makeshift homes from scrap materials, and the area lacked basic services like electricity, water, and sanitation. Over the years, local government and NGOs have worked to improve conditions, but development remains an ongoing effort.
That time, and this just mix up. You see green, and this is the dry meat. This is the dry cow meat.
Oh, okay.
Fresh one, she just dry it, and then you can eat it through the air. This is the mopani worms you had. Mopani is recommended in a hospital.
Traditional Namibian food consists of a few staples, the most common of which is ashafima, also known as Namibia stiff porridge. It is a dough-like paste made from millet, usually served with a stew of vegetables or meat. Other common dishes include ombadai, a rather tasty combination of spinach and beef, as well as a mayalai pap, a basic cornmeal porridge. The gastronomy of Namibia is mostly based on meat. In Namibia, they make numerous dishes with ostrich, antelope, zebra, giraffe, oryx, kudu, lamb, and beef. Their way of cooking the meat is generally to grill it and then dress it with a rich and tasty sauce. Namibians from all walks of life are united by their love of meat and how they like to cook it, which is over an open fire. To braai, meaning to barbecue, is part of the Namibian way of life. Despite hardships, both areas are known for their strong sense of community, entrepreneurial spirit, and cultural expression, including local markets, music, and food. Some guided tours from Swakopmund offer respectful, educational visits to Mondesa and the DRC to provide insight into local life and support community-led businesses. Life here isn't easy. Many homes are self-built, and services like water and power are still developing. But what you'll find is resilience, resourcefulness, and a deep sense of community. Mondesa and the DRC aren't just places of struggle, they're places of strength. And if you visit with respect, you'll leave inspired.
Video entertainment. We are a local cappella group. Our name is Swakopmund, and we're going to give you about 4 sessions. So, yes, videos and pictures and whatnot. The first song that we are going to sing for you guys, it is a welcoming piece, which is entitled Dumela. Dumela just means hello, hi, we're happy to see you.
Were you happy to see us?
Yes. Enjoy. Dumela ka ofela, dumela oh. Dumela ka ofela. Dumela ka ofela, dumela oh. Dumela ka ofela. Baba dumela ka ofela, dumela oh. Dumela ka ofela. Baba dumela ka ofela, dumela oh. Dumela ka ofela. Greetings to you from Namibia. Greetings to you from all of us. Greetings to you from Namibia. Greetings to you from all of us.
heart of Mondesa, music is more than just entertainment, it is a voice for the people. This local a cappella group brings soul, rhythm, and powerful stories to life, using nothing but their beautiful voices. Blending tradition with modern sounds, they sing in local languages and share songs passed down through generations. Whether it's a wedding, a street corner, or a tour stop, their music they produce is pure Mondesa talent. Namibia has a history of more than 100 years of railway service. It began with a small mining rail line at Cape Cross in 1895. During the colonialization by the German between 1894 and 1915, a number of railways were built, of which some are still in service today. Today, the government of Namibia is the owner of the rail infrastructure whilst Transnamib is the sole operator.